So my name is Edward Pollard. I am a council member for District J, which is Southwest Houston. I'm also an attorney, and I'm the founder of a nonprofit called Suits for Success. I'm a TSU baby. My mother has been a professor at Texas Southern for 40 years in the Fine Arts Department. She was the chair of the Fine Arts Department and now is the dean of the Honors College. TSU provided everything for me. It paid for our mortgage, it paid for our light bill, it paid for my clothes to go to school, so I owe a lot to the university. And so when I was thinking about law school, TSU was the only choice for me. I saw a slogan a while back that you can't spell Houston without TSU, right? So TSU is a part of Houston, and more specifically our community, where it's located, the leaders that it has produced over the years, and I stand on their shoulders. And so I wanted to be a part of that rich legacy. So my family does have really unique ties to Black history. My grandfather is Reverend Dr. T.J. Jemison. He served as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s mentor. My grandfather organized the first bus boycott in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 1953. And that served as the blueprint for the bus boycott that Martin Luther King Jr. organized 2 years later in Alabama. And so Martin Luther King Jr. came down to Baton Rouge to stay with my grandfather and learn how to organize a bus boycott. What I think about in that piece of history is everyone has a mentor. Everyone has someone where they've learned something from or had an opportunity presented to them or had a door open for them. And we always have to be mindful of that. We hear about the big names, Martin Luther King Jr., we hear about Malcolm X and others, but there are countless other people who were involved in the sacrifice of the different movements throughout our time to get us where we are today that have made a huge impact on our society. And I tell people all the time, if we all do our small part, then we'll make a huge impact. I want a district that necessarily wasn't drawn for African American to win. It's 68% Hispanic. The largest voting bloc is white conservatives, and we have 0 predominantly Black neighborhoods. So I feel like I've made history by just continuing a legacy. Like I mentioned before, there have been many who have come before me, from Mickey Leland to Barbara Jordan to Congressman Al Green to others who have served in the elected capacity that have come directly from Texas Southern University. When I'm in Austin and I see the other schools like Baylor and Texas A&M represented, I think TSU has more elected alumni across the state than any other school. Just in this past election cycle, when we're talking about all the Black judges that were elected, the vast majority of those judges came from Thurgood Marshall School of Law. And so I'm just continuing that legacy as being a city council member here for District J. And I look forward to helping the next person come along to make sure that they create history as well.